And so within a year, I went from only being able to do about 2 street tricks to being able to do over 100 within a year. 4-year stall, stuck, get around the right people. A year later, could do those tricks. And then 2 years later, I placed 5th in street. A year after that, 2nd in street in North America. And then a year after, or that same year, 4th in street in the world. And so you can see, like, why are you stuck? Why was I stuck? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fight Against Mediocrity, where we talk everything sales, business, entrepreneurship, self-development, and real estate. We cover all these things so that you can fight mediocrity, avoid being average, hit your potential, hit your goals. And again, I'm on the front lines with you of mediocrity. And so that's why I do this channel, is because I know mediocrity is tempting and I don't want you to get sucked in. I want to make sure you're always pushing for more. So today we're going to talk about why you are stuck. And that could be with your business, in your sales, in your relationships, in your health, basically in any aspect. Why are you stuck? And stuck meaning like you've done well and then you just hit this plateau, this rock, and you're like, oh, I don't know how to get over this. I don't know how to get to the next level. So why are you stuck? Why are you stuck? Why can't you get out of it? That's what we're going to talk about today. Drop any comments below if you have an idea of why you're stuck. Hit this the like button so that more people can see this video, and subscribe so you can make sure to always stay up to date on the fight against mediocrity. In order to explain why you're stuck, let me share a story. So when I was young, probably between the ages of when I was born to 11 or 12, I wanted to be in the NBA. And if you asked me, what do you want to do? I would have said, I'm going to be in the NBA. I'm going to be in the NBA. Like, it just wasn't even a question. Like, I was going to be in the NBA. And I dressed up for career days as an NBA basketball player. And I would play for hours after school every day. In the winter, in the rain, I would always have cracked fingers because I played so much. And I loved it. Like, there was nothing else I'd rather do. And I loved it so much. And then one day I was outside playing and one of my friends rode by on a unicycle. And it's funny because I remember looking at him and thinking, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Why would anybody want to do that? I thought that he was with his mom. He was trying to learn. Inevitably, because we spent a lot of times together at different church groups, I, within a month, had learned how to unicycle. And I loved it. Like, it was addicting to ride another 10 feet at first. And you learn how to hop and ride downstairs and all these things. And I was like, man, this is really fun. And so I bought one and got really into it. We had a club at our high school and super into it. Taught all my friends how to ride. We had 30 or 40 people every Friday who would come and ride at our high school. And you're probably thinking at this point, that's hilarious. Were you a clown? Did you juggle? Let me put a video right there real quick, what it actually looked like. So it's basically like skateboarding, but on a unicycle. And anyways, for 4 years, my first 4 years of riding, from about 11 to 15, I had just hit a wall. I probably honestly hit the wall within my first year or two, where I'd land a new trick here and there, but it really, I didn't really land any new tricks, and I was the best in my area at riding. And I got stuck. I stalled. And this was I think Facebook had just come out 2005. And so we had forums. If any of you remember forums, we had a unicycle forum, and I met some really cool people, and they said that there was a North American unicycle championship in South Dakota that year. So I convinced my dad to take the whole family. We went to the competition. And what I was expecting was this will be fun. I'll compete in a few things that I know how to do, like the races and stuff that are pretty simple, and it'll be fun. I did not anticipate what was going to happen and what I was going to learn. So all the people that I had watched on YouTube land these that were at the top of the unicycle pyramid that were landing all the new tricks and all the cool, like basically in the video you saw earlier, all of those cool tricks, I was going to meet them. And as I started to meet them, I would try to spend as much time as possible around them. And I would ask them questions. How do you do this trick? Will you watch me do this trick? Did I do it right? How can I change? How can I do it better? And I would ask over and over again, like, please help me. Please help me be better. And they did. They would help me a lot. And it was super, super fun. And fast forward. So in that year, I only competed in a few things, spent time around them. Afterwards, I would message them on Facebook, be like, hey, how do you do this trick? And they would say, do this. And then I would land it. And so within a year, I went from only being able to do about 2 street tricks to being able to do over 100 within a year. 4-year stall, stuck, get around the right people. A year later, could do those tricks. And then 2 years later, I placed 5th in street. A year after that, 2nd in street in North America. And then a year after, or that same year, 4th in street in the world. And so you can see, like, why are you stuck? Why was I stuck? I was around the wrong people. I needed to get around the right people. I needed to get around the people who have done what I needed to do. And so whatever you're stuck in, just look at it and say, what's my goal for this year? What's my goal for 5 years? Okay, who's done that already? How do I get in front of them? And a lot of times that could be free. Like, you could go, maybe there's someone locally who's done it that you could maybe get in front of. A lot of times you're going to have to pay to play. And that's okay, because instead of looking at it as an expense, look at it as I'm paying for speed. When you get a mentor or a coach, you are paying for speed. I had to register to be at that convention. And I had, well, thankfully my parents were the ones that paid for the hotel and stuff, but typically you have to pay to play, pay for speed, and then you will see the results. So when you have an opportunity in front of you and it's, I don't know, $10,000, $20,000, $5,000, whatever it is, look at it and say, how much time is this going to save me? Because if I could have gone to that competition my first year, it would have saved me 3 years of being stuck. So with your health, okay, I have to pay X amount for my health, but it's going to save me 20 years of struggling with my diet. Sales, I could spend X amount of money and then cancel out 5 years of banging my head up against the wall, not knowing how to sell. So you're paying for speed. And the reason you're stuck is because you don't have a mentor. So again, just look for, where do I want to be? Who's there? How do I get around them? It's as simple as that. 99% of the reason I even go to conferences and justify the cost of a lot of conferences is because of being around the right people who have done what I want to do. And, you know, it's easy to forget, like, even after having this amazing experience with unicycling, where I absolutely was able to crush it because of mentors, and I thank those mentors. That's why there's no such thing as a self-made man or woman. I forget that that's the case. So when I was making 60 grand as an accountant, knew I could make more, knew sales was the road I wanted to take, because the more value you create in sales, the more value you receive. It's direct correlation. Whereas in like a salary job, no matter how much value you create in that 2-week period, you get paid the same, which is, in my opinion, demoralizing. And so I forgot about it. So I went into sales, struggled for about a month and a half. And then it hit me like, okay, who's done this that I'm trying to do? And what does it take to get around them? So I found a program that was $99. And at that time, that was a lot of money for me. And I invested in it. I was the only one that invested in the group of sales group that I was in. And 1 or 2 weeks later, I can't remember exactly, from that $99 investment, I produced or created in value $2,000 of commission for myself. So I invested $99, got a 20x return because I got mentors. And I what's the right word to use? Intensely, obsessively inhaled the information on the videos in that program, like all day at the gym, in the morning, on the drive to the car. I would try not to watch the videos, but just listening on my breaks, and $2,000. And so I was like, oh yeah, of course. I needed the mentors. I needed to get around the right people. Since then, in the last 3 years, have 5x my income, Last year, I paid more in taxes than I made in a year as an accountant, which I need to stop paying taxes. I need to get more multifamily real estate to avoid that. But, like getting around the right people who have done what you want to do will get you unstuck faster than anything else. You can't put a price tag on it because you're paying for speed, and we all only have a limited amount of time here on earth. And so the quicker we can get to where we're wanting to go, the faster we can enjoy that destination. Again, drop a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Do you like this? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Where do you want to be? What coaches do you need? If you need a Fight Against Mediocrity coach, go to thefightagainstmediocrity.com, and we'll hook you up with some training, sales training, get you to the next level, to where you want to be in all aspects of your life. Grant Cardone said this. He said, if you're going to go broke investing in yourself. And the cool thing about that is we go broke all the time. We'll go broke on college. We'll go broke on a house. We'll go broke on cars. We'll go broke on food, clothes, stuff for our house, all of these things, but we won't invest in ourselves. When was the last time you spent 10 grand on yourself? I'm going to invest 10 grand on myself. I've invested in the last year 70 grand on my personal development. And so it's not a mystery to me why my income has produced so much and why I'm being able to produce more value. And I want to produce more value, so I continue to invest in myself. So just look at it like, if I'm willing to spend tens of thousands of dollars on a car, hundreds of thousands of dollars on a house, why am I not willing to invest in the 6 inches between my ears? The last thing I'll ask is, if you had an inspired thought during this video of like, oh man, I need to invest in this, or I should look into this, go do it right now. If there's anything, I'm providing this video for free. If there's anything you could do to compensate me, it's to act on the inspiration you receive so that you can get the results. At the end of the day, I want you guys to fight mediocrity, hit excellence, achieve your goals, achieve your potential. Mediocrity is not valued. Nobody sets out to be mediocre, and everything that settles goes to the bottom. So again, if you're stuck, get a mentor. I think that's pretty much it. Raise your beliefs. And again, if you're wanting to learn more about any of the programs we have, go to thefightagainstmediocrity.com, order our book. At this point, it's on pre-order, but hopefully by the time you're seeing this, it's on order. Grateful to be on the front line of this battle with you, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.